If you are a footballer, please listen to this carefully. I'm not here to motivate you for 5 minutes. I'm here to show you why most players today are getting weaker, slower, and less focused, even though they have better facilities, better pitches, better equipment, and more access to information than any generation before them. And if you truly want to reach the highest levels of football, you need to hear this truth, because everything around you is silently destroying your potential. Let's start with the modern world. The way we live today is not made for footballers. It's made for comfort. You wake up, check your phone, scroll for an hour, flood your brain with dopamine before you even touch the ball. Then you watch endless highlights, TikToks, clips of footballers scoring goals, and your brain gets addicted to the reward of watching instead of doing. This is why most players train for 20 minutes and get bored. They're chasing the same short bursts of dopamine they get from their phones. But football doesn't work that way. Football rewards patience, repetition, boredom, discipline, the things your phone has trained you to avoid. Your brain right now is overstimulated. Every notification, every scroll, every flashy image tells your brain that something new and exciting is coming. But in training, nothing new comes. It's just you, the ball, and repetition. And your brain, addicted to fast stimulation, wants to escape that. That's why so many players train for 1 hour but check their phone between drills. That's why they can't focus in games. Their attention span is gone. Modern technology has taken the patience that football requires and replaced it with anxiety. So if you want to become elite, you must do something radical. Disconnect. Spend hours without your phone. Train without music. Let silence teach you focus again, because the player who can focus longer always wins. Concentration is the new superpower, and it's dying in this generation. Now let's talk about something nobody mentions: the sun. Our ancestors were stronger, faster, and more resilient, not because they had better training, but because they lived under the sun. They woke up with the light, their hormones aligned with nature, their bones were denser, their muscles more active, their recovery faster. Sunlight literally builds you. It activates vitamin D, boosts testosterone, regulates your sleep, strengthens your mood, and keeps your brain sharp. But today, most players spend their entire lives indoors, training under artificial lights, sleeping in dark rooms all day, and scrolling at night until 2 a.m. You've become disconnected from the natural rhythm of life, the same rhythm that shaped every great athlete before modern times. Cristiano Ronaldo, he used sunlight as therapy, early morning sessions, natural light exposure, and outdoor recovery. This wasn't just for health, it was science, because the more your body connects with light, the more your energy system aligns. So if you want to rebuild yourself into a real athlete, get out in the morning sun. Don't just tan, let the light hit your eyes, your skin, your body, wake your biology up. The player who controls his hormones controls his performance. The player who lives like a zombie inside all day will never feel alive on the pitch. Now let's move to training, the real science behind improvement. You've been told that football training is about doing hundreds of drills, copying team sessions, and repeating what coaches tell you. But that's not what built the legends. The legends, Messi, Cristiano, Neymar, Ronaldinho, they trained differently. They built a relationship with the ball so strong that it became part of their body. And this is where everything changes. You don't need a coach, cones, or fancy drills. You need time, alone, with the ball. Juggle until your touch feels like breath. Pass the ball to a wall until you can predict exactly how it will bounce before it happens. Lose control, win it back. Repeat until your muscles remember more than your mind. The wall never lies. It tells you if your pass is clean, if your touch is sharp, if your rhythm is right. That's why so many legends grew up training with nothing but a wall, because that's how you learn to communicate with the ball, through endless repetition, feedback, and silence. And don't forget to train barefoot. When you play barefoot, your feet wake up. Modern boots have destroyed natural touch. They're soft, protective, comfortable, but they've also disconnected you from reality. You've got thousands of nerve endings in your feet that were designed to feel pressure, vibration, texture, weight. Barefoot training activates all of them. Your body starts to understand movement again. Your coordination improves, your reaction time gets faster, and your balance becomes unshakable. This is why when you see a street player dancing around defenders like magic, it's not because he knows fancy tricks, it's because his feet are alive. Now let's talk about shadow dribbling. Every great player rehearsed movements without defenders. This is something most players laugh at. They think dribbling alone looks stupid, but this is where creativity is built. When you shadow dribble, you're not practicing skills, you're programming instincts. You imagine defenders pressing you. You fake one way, shift your body, explode the other. You teach your nervous system to move before you even think. It's the same way fighters train shadow boxing. They visualize, react, and their body learns to fight in rhythm. Shadow dribbling is how you enter flow state, that zone where you stop thinking and start reacting. And that brings me to the most powerful concept in this entire video, flow. Every time you've played your best football, you weren't thinking, you weren't analyzing, you were just playing. That's flow state, total immersion in the moment. Time slows down, decisions feel effortless, your body moves before your mind catches up. You can't fake it, but you can train it. Flow happens when challenge meets skill. Not too easy, not too hard. When you train alone with full focus, no distractions, no phone, no ego, you enter that state. That's where real improvement happens. Not in comfort, not in half focus, but in flow. Now let's add something that made every Brazilian, Portuguese, and South American legend who they are: futsal and small-sided games. You can spend hours in big pitches running around doing almost nothing, or you can play 3v3, 5v5, tight spaces, fast pace, chaos. Futsal forces you to react instantly. You get more touches in 1 hour of futsal than in 10 hours of full pitch football. You learn to scan faster, dribble in pressure, play with both feet, and most importantly, you learn to think. That's why so many wingers like Neymar, Vinicius, and Ronaldinho look like magicians, because futsal made them play faster than their thoughts. If you want to dominate as a winger, stop hiding on big pitches and start suffering in small spaces. The tighter the space, the faster your brain grows. And if you truly want to test yourself, play against older players, stronger, faster, tougher opponents. That's how Cristiano built his body. That's how Neymar toughened his creativity. When you play against people who don't care about your age or skills, you stop relying on comfort. You learn to protect the ball, use your body, move smarter, and fight harder. You grow faster than your peers because you've trained under pressure that others avoid. That's the secret nobody tells you. Pressure creates adaptation. But here's what ties it all together. All of these things, sunlight, barefoot training, shadow dribbling, futsal, chaos, they all have one purpose: to reconnect you with your natural instincts. Modern football is becoming robotic. Players rely on instructions, tactics, and analysis more than feel. But the game has always belonged to those who feel it, not those who overthink it. Football is art, not code. And the more you train like a machine, the more you lose your creativity. You want to be like the legends? Then live like they did. Train with simplicity, consistency, and emotion. Touch the ball every day. Don't chase motivation, build discipline. Don't seek validation, seek silence. Don't train for cameras, train for instinct. The truth is, you don't need fancy facilities or expensive trainers. You need sunlight, chaos, repetition, and presence. See, if you are a footballer, this isn't just a video. This is your reminder. The world wants to make you weaker, more distracted, more dependent. But you can choose to be different. You can choose to rebuild your instincts, your discipline, your focus. And when you do, defenders won't just fear your skills, they'll fear your presence.